None of the stories were being told by the mainstream media. That was the whole thing. We started the paper 2 weeks into it, and there had only been just a smattering of coverage, and a lot of it coming from places like CNN and the New York Times was very dismissive. It was like, well, what do they want anyway? There's these kind of like stinky hippies gathered, camped out at the doorstep of the New York Stock Exchange, and what are they doing there? And so no one was saying this is all about the human cost of the destruction that Wall Street had wreaked on the economy over the last few years. The home foreclosures, the unemployment rate. We have to remember that in 2011, when Occupy Wall Street began, the real unemployment rate, that is a combination of unemployed, those forced out of the workforce, those who can find full-time jobs, those who took early retirement, those who couldn't enter the workforce, meaning college students, graduates, was about 1 in 6 Americans. It was something like 16% of the workforce. So there was this huge unemployment problem. There was rising healthcare costs, medical bankruptcy, which of course still exists to this day. And everyone could point to Wall Street as a problem. And that's why people were gathering there. Occupy just began. I was down there from the first day in Zuccotti Park on September 17th, 2011. And there were just a few dozen people who camped out that first night, but it continued to grow and grow. And by the time we came out with the paper on October 1st, it was sizable, but it would actually explode after that day, because that was when the New York Police Department kettled 700 protesters. They had led a march onto the Brooklyn Bridge. Then they kettled them and arrested them, and that became huge national news. And by Monday, there were thousands and thousands of people, and there were camps exploding across the country. There were hundreds of camps that were set up by early mid-October of 2011.